It's one of us, okay? He got us home.
It's like meeting an old friend we haven't seen in a long time.
For this group of Vietnam veterans,
Let me put everything back together now.
it's a triage of love for a machine that signaled salvation to so many.
Mainly just dressing it up. We're going to redo the inside.
For years, this Huey helicopter has sat just inside the gates of Camp Navajo in Flagstaff, its body brittled from battle both overseas and from the harsh winters of northern Arizona.
It's been a lot of years. I have to stop and think about what I'm doing now.
But today,
I get too quick on you? Yeah.
she's getting a facelift from those who put their lives in her hands. The rhythmic thumping of its heyday, a sound that promised rescue to injured and trapped troops of the Vietnam War.
We knew when we heard the whop-whop of the blades, we had help on the way.
Now it's on its way again.
Still pretty clean.
With these vets ripping out the interior, checking electronics, seats, and refurbishing the old bird to new glory.
They've got the battery and a few other components out of it, radios and such, but for the most part, it seems like it's in pretty good shape.
And they hope to keep it that way, setting up a GoFundMe to help pay for it.
The biggest thing is, like I say, build a structure over this to protect it from the snow and the rain.
What was once a forgotten relic will soon have a new mission as a permanent fixture for those who sacrificed everything and for us to remember them.
And hopefully it's something that even the grandkids will want to see.
In Flagstaff, I'm Cameron Polam, ABC 15 Arizona.
This is a 1943 Fairchild PT-26 Mark I Cornell.
It's a World War II training plane.
There's only maybe 100 left in the world of this type.
Now it has a different purpose.
And this is for the guys that have done all of that for us.
American Airlines pilot Tony Anger has taken 275 veterans into the clouds.
Ride today is a very special ride.
His passenger, World War II veteran Gene Metcalf.
Welcome, sir. Good to have you here.
Gene had no idea about the ride, just days before his 96th birthday.
I am really so honored and surprised.
He's grateful in a way only a former prisoner of war can be.
In the evening you say, well, I hope I see the sunrise. That's your longevity.
A paratrooper in the 101st Airborne,
We accepted death.
Gene was captured by the Germans after a 1944 jump over Holland.
How long were you a prisoner of war?
Well, over 8 months.
His captor was Heinrich Himmler, the top Nazi leader who formed the SS and concentration camps.
Patton's 14th Armored came through and blew off our front gate.
Keep going up.
Oh yeah, these were for the young bucks, weren't they?
When Gene got home, he played football at USC, worked for Disney, was an art teacher and a rancher, and he's called Arizona home for 30 years now. Gene never thought he'd be here.
I never used to land in them. I've been up in more planes than I landed in.
It was only 20 minutes in the air.
I feel like I'm about 40 years old.
But in that little yellow plane, 1943 came rushing back.
What did it feel like to be in this aircraft?
Memories. It's all about memories.
The airmen flew in planes just like this one, but it wasn't just flying in combat that took a lot of courage.
It was a hardship being separated and isolated and segregated.
93-year-old Lieutenant Colonel Robert Ashby was a pilot with the Tuskegee Airmen, the first African-American military aviators in the United States Armed Forces. Ashby, along with his fellow pilots, put their lives on the line and served their country while working to change the way they were viewed.
What we did is just put all our effort into getting ready to integrate it and do our job, make sure we accomplish what we were intended to do.
Ashby and fellow airman Asa Herring are 2 of 8 surviving airmen who live in Arizona. They were honored at this ceremony at the Air Force Museum in Mesa. Ben Bruce with the Tuskegee Airmen's Arizona chapter says it's an opportunity to teach others about their history.
It's important to understand that most Americans do not know that blacks actually served in combat positions.
And while it's been 78 years since they first suited up, recognition is finally coming for these American heroes.
It's a long time coming, but at last it's here.
The hope is that their legacy will live on for centuries to come. Jamie Warren, ABC 15, Arizona.